They might all disagree with me, but organically, finding those patients, finding your clients, finding those customers is what you need to be doing. And that's what no one's got time for, or anyone's got time for. I don't like to think of myself as a marketing company, because it's not. I like to feel like I'm helping the businesses. I want them to grow. And with social media is the first port of call. That's just the entrance for me.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Entrepreneur TV. We are so glad that you can join us today. Now then, are you a business who embraces social media? Do you find yourself sometimes maybe a little bit too busy to concentrate on it? Well, today's guest is going to really give you some great information. Her name is Claire and she is from clicknick.com. Hello.
Hello.
Nice to see you. And I'm so pleased you were able to come in, because social media, it's a bit of a minefield out there.
It is, I know.
How long have you been doing it?
So I got involved probably about 13 years ago when Instagram first started. So that's how I started really getting involved with things like that.
Did you always come from a background like this, or, did you come and do different jobs before you actually got to this?
Yes, I've done lots of different jobs, but I was always creative. So at school, I did graphic design. I wanted to do a photography course, but when I went to the course, there weren't enough people, so they cancelled it. I know. It was me and someone else waiting for the course at the college, so I didn't get to do that. But I've always done painting, watercolours. I love calligraphy and writing and things like that. So I always wanted to do something arty.
Yeah.
I ended up doing several different things. I did a YTS type of scheme with printing, when we actually did the lithographic printing with the big printers and
yes,
colours.
back in the day.
Yeah, great big old machines. I left that as well, got bored. I get bored quite easily as well. I like new things and keep things interesting. So then I did jewellery making, and I was at a jeweller's, but I didn't really like the woman, so I left there. I hope she's not watching. And then I knew I wanted to do something practical.
Yeah.
So my mum, I was at the age, and my mum said to me, well, you need to take typing, because it was at that time when you had typing to fall back on. I'm showing my age now. So I said, I'm not doing it because I don't want to fall back on typing. So I did do office studies at school. Anyway, cut a long story short, there was a job for a dental nurse. And I thought, well, that's quite practical. I love blood and gore. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah.
And I went in for a trial day, and the next day we were taking teeth out, and I thought, oh my God, I love this. I absolutely loved it. It sounds really weird, but that side of things. And I ended up going along and getting involved in implants right back in the 90s, when it took a year and a half to place one implant. Now we do them in a day. And we used to have the CT scans that got sent away, and the physical actual CT scans, so they would have to plan everything individually where they were going to place it. It took hours. Well, now it's all just done on a computer in seconds.
So you've had quite a varied career. Actually, I do have a confession to make. I actually used to be a dental assistant too, a Saturday girl. However, unlike you, one of the dentists placed something in my hand and I fainted. So that was definitely not the right career for me. Yeah. But do you actually think, that all those type of jobs, actually, what they did was actually help you with this business now, because you could see a wide variety of things?
Absolutely. Going on through the different roles within dentistry, and I pushed for things as well. I ended up doing phlebotomy and seeing my own patients. I was obviously under the prescription of the dentist. And, I was quite good at getting them to take up treatment plans and talking to them about the treatments and things like that. So it's selling as well. And then the social media started coming in. I said, look, just let me take the photos in the practice. So I was the one always around with the camera and the phone, and I used to do the clinical photos for the patients as well. So it all sort of started coming together.
Yeah.
I ended up back on that route of what I wanted to do when I was younger through dentistry, which is, it's that sliding doors effect, isn't it? I could have gone that photography route and all the way around, but in the end, I ended up back there anyway. So I believe in all that sort of thing as well.
I think that's quite wonderful, actually, because, you know, you have a passion there, and you've took that passion and then you've run with it.
Yeah.
And we don't always get things the way we want, do we, actually?
No.
So I would say that businesses, as I said at the top, they're very good at doing the business. And I know you work with an awful lot of dentists. They're busy. You know, appointments are tight. They don't always have a great person like you to go around taking photographs and doing their social media. But I would say that they're missing a trick.
Yes.
Because many people frightened of the dentist, and wouldn't social media help break down those barriers?
Absolutely. People want to see people. We know what you do. We know you're a dentist, but they want to warm to people. So you're trying to attract your patients. They want to see you. They want to like you. If you're sitting there spilling your tea or something, it shows that you're a human.
Yes.
You're not the dentist. So they're gonna like you. And that's how we do organic social media. So we will go and find those patients, potential patients for you. It's the same strategy with any business. So we have got not just dentistry, but that is our niche, because obviously I can answer the patients on the direct messages and things like that, because I know what to do. I know what they're asking. So we've got that. I don't like to think of myself as a marketing company, because it's not. I like to feel like I'm helping the businesses. I want them to grow. And with social media is the first port of call. That's just the entrance for me. And then it's all what goes around. It's the customer journey, the patient journey. So all the years of experience, like all the jobs I've done and getting to where I am, this shows I can show this. I know how the patient feels or the customer feels, and I also know what the practice is feeling like on the inside.
Yes.
Because they are busy. They haven't got time to take a photo. I'll be nagging them saying, can you just get me a photo?
And also as well, I know doing social media, like the algorithm is constantly changing. And if you're not on top of that, how do we expect them to know it?
It's the same with any digital things at the moment. It's constantly changing, and digital dentistry is changing all the time. You have to keep up with it, and social media is going at a very fast pace. So you have to be watching what everyone else is doing, reading all the time, learning what's happening. And also, after doing it for so many years, no matter how the algorithm works, the organic growth is still the one, and that doesn't really change. I don't care what anyone else says. They might all disagree with me, but organically, finding those patients, finding your clients, finding those customers is what you need to be doing. And that's what no one's got time for, or anyone's got time for.
How does your service provide business growth, though?
So what normally happens is they'll talk to me about social media, and then I'll start learning their business and then giving my ideas of what happens. So they might start talking to me about, something's just happened, the team's walked out, or something's happened, so she won't do this. So I've obviously been training teams, working with business people throughout the years, and I give my knowledge back. I work with a lot of companies as well, and I also know how someone else is doing it.
Yeah.
So it's about, I like to become part of the team, and my team becomes part of their team. So it might be that you're trying to get some admin done, and you're running late with a meeting, and I said, well, come and let us do it for you.
Yeah. Do you think that's your strength then? Because businesses, again, focused on what they're doing. But when somebody comes from the outside and looks in, there's a different perspective, isn't there?
It is. And sometimes people want to talk to someone else.
Yeah.
And you might get the principal of a practice or the founder of a company who doesn't really want to talk to their team about things because they don't want to worry them.
Yeah.
So they end up talking to me. And I'll tell them what I think, and I'm quite straight.
But I think actually that's a valuable thing nowadays, because I think a lot of people, even some of these business advisors, say they'll say really what the company wants to hear rather than what they don't.
No, see, I'm not like that. I've never been like that. It just comes out.
Are you blunt?
Yes.
Are you a bit like me, Claire?
It
Blunt?
just comes out.
Straight to the point, no
Absolutely.
filter.
I don't get it. It's black and white. You either do that or you don't do it.
Girl after my own heart. But of course, you do far more than social media.
Yes.
You do policies, you do spreadsheets,
Yes.
you do admin, you do strategy.
Yes.
This is like, like a business advisor in a lot of ways.
Yes, sort of a consultancy, but we do team training as well. I also hold a well-being, because I think that's very important, especially nowadays. It's very big, isn't it? I do a well-being workshop with another lady that I work with. I'm involved in charities as well, the Magic Dentist charity, I'm going to mention it. We're involved in a lot of things. As I said, I get bored, so I like new interests, but I want to give back. I get excited about things. I get passionate about it.
I know you say you get bored quickly.
Yeah.
But I sometimes think that that's actually a real great strength.
Yeah.
Because what that means is that you're still like a sponge.
Yes, I love it.
Still like learning and wanting to grow. You're not staying stagnant yourself, are you, Claire?
No. Well, I've just moved back from Lanzarote, actually. I've been living in Lanzarote for 4 years. And I've just come back to the UK, and I think I've moved in the last 3 years 4 times. But I'm back now to the UK for good. But it teaches you a lot when you live abroad as well, how the different work life is.
So we talked about a little bit about the social media, but what different types of social media do you really specialise in? And what's the sort of packages that people can expect?
So I think there's, TikTok's TikTok. I don't really get involved too much with TikTok, but you still need to be present on there. My favourite is Instagram, because you get the visuals and it's all about how it looks, and LinkedIn. My work normally comes from LinkedIn. So you have to be on LinkedIn as a business.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense if someone's not on LinkedIn anymore. You need to be on there and need to be present. So it's about being present and networking with your business as well. So this is what we like to do, and we would do that for you. We would be your presence.
And I did notice by your website, and we'll put all the details at the end, by the way, but that you have so many different packages for people that sort of you can almost tailor make.
We do
for them.
We do. We've just put an idea on there, and then we discuss with you. And I don't do long-term contracts because, as I said, I get bored. No, it's not just because of that. You have to see if you're the right fit with someone. It just sometimes you could sign up for a year and then it's just not working. I'm not feeling it. They're not feeling it. So I just do a monthly. And my clients have been with me for a few years. So, sometimes it's a case of they come with me and I show them what to do.
They just carry on.
And then they carry on after a year or so or something on their own. But
once they've got into a steady consistency.
Yes. Once we've got it growing and working and what's working for them.
Yeah. Do you feel as well, because this is something I sense when people say, oh, you always seem to be doing something on your social media. And I said, it's consistency.
Yes.
Show up or lose it.
And people say, oh, I don't know what to do. Just do what you're doing during the day.
Yeah.
A picture of this. People, they're like, oh, wow, what you're doing, with the teams, they want to see behind the scene. They want to see behind the scene in a business.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
And I would imagine as well, especially in the dentistry field, like somebody could say, oh, you've got to, say, have a crown or an implant. And not everybody would know what one of those are.
No.
So those step-by-step processes in a nice, non-gory way, to put that patient at ease.
Yes.
Those are the type of things that you would put in place for people.
Yeah, it absolutely is. I can help also as well, tell them what they should be having on their website because obviously I work alongside marketing companies. So if they've already got a marketing company in place, then I will come in and work alongside those, because we do different. It's different what we do. We will go out and find, as I said, we'll target your people that if it's a dentist around here, we will work out who we need to target around that area, start going on and talking to these possible patients, and they're going to say, who's this? And then when they do need a dentist, they're going to go, oh, I saw that one on Instagram the other day. But normally people will go on Instagram to find you and then go to the website, or they go to the website and then they go to Instagram.
So it works both ways then.
They're linked. You've got to have both. It just doesn't make people think it's odd if you're not on there now.
I must admit, it's like I think businesses are now starting to embrace it. Some of the ones maybe around sort of, Gen X age, my age, they're starting to think, no, I do need to do something.
You do. And it doesn't have to be all these professional photos. It doesn't have to be. They just want to see you.
Do you think then, and this is an important point, do you think then that there is a lot of like, I call it showboating on the social media? I've always thought that people like authenticity.
Yes, this is, I'm big on this. This is what I want to see. It's okay if you leave us you haven't got time to take the photos and things like that, or videos, and then we will use stock photos, but we even try to use ones that I know when I see the same photos being used on different platforms, and I think, well, I know where you've got that from. So I go further out and choose different photos if you see my team. So people want to see you. That's all it is. People are nosy.
They jolly well are. Now then, I know that it's not just you. You have a fantastic team around you.
Absolutely. You can't do it without your team.
Go on, give them some names and what they do.
So shout out to Louise, Ria, Rich, Ted, Jen and Gemma. So Gemma does all my admin. So she was an ex-practice manager as well. So she's dental. She does a lot of admin. She does a lot of running around for me. Ria is in Lanzarote, so she worked with me out there, and she does all my accounts and website and businessy side of things as well. Rich, Jen and Louise do social media side of things for me, so they do the content creation. And they're all fantastic. They're all brilliant. And Rich lives out in Lanzarote as well. So Ted does videography. I don't know if you've seen the little videos.
Yes, very good.
Yeah, of our team. He does those for me.
So you have a real good team to help you.
Absolutely.
But what is it like, actually, just talking about business side of things now? I know that being a woman in business can be really hard sometimes, and that people don't always take females, even in this day and age, seriously.
I know.
How hard do you find it sometimes?
Well, it was even harder. I don't want to give a sob story, but being a dental nurse, people have a stigma about dental nurses. So I've always pushed for dental nurses because we do a lot. So first of all, the dentists were just seeing me as a dental nurse. And it took me a long time for them to, because obviously there's different levels of dental nursing as well. It took them a long time for me to get in and people start listening to me.
Yeah.
Female and a dental nurse. It was hard. It was hard. And I've changed my name a few times because first of all, I called myself the remote dental nurse because I'd moved abroad. I was working remotely, so it worked. And then I suddenly thought, well, that's actually holding me back now.
Yeah.
So I had to move on, and I think I just had my name after that. And now I made Clicknick, and now I've turned into a business. And it's been a hard slog, but it's all about just proving. You have to prove yourself.
Yeah.
I think you do in business anyway, whether you're male or female. But there is that it is a stigma with dental nurses and being female.
Well, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Being a fellow female, I think you're doing a fantastic job.
Yeah.
And, you keep breaking down those barriers. Because,
yes. I go against everything.
I like that. You're like my spirit animal. You really are. Right. We are now coming to my favourite part, the quick fire questions.
Yep.
So where we get to find a little bit more about you and what you like and what you don't like. If you could have only one social media platform, what would it be?
Instagram.
Why is that?
Because I like the visuals. I like it's about the photography and that side of things more than LinkedIn is more professional, so it's not about that. I just like the creative and watching what they've done with a video or what they've done with photos. And I like the platform. It's more interactive, I think. Facebook, I don't like Facebook.
They think
but you have to be on Facebook.
They think that Facebook could be having a great big sort of like reboot behind the scenes. So we'll watch the space on that one.
It's good for groups and getting answering questions and things like that on Facebook. But I like Instagram because of the the visual, how people have
Yeah.
done things, seeing their different accounts and that grid and things like that.
I did used to like Instagram even in the early days. I loved it when it was just photography. Stupid as that
Yes.
sounds.
No, I did.
I really enjoyed it for that.
Yes.
You never know. They might change again because they're always changing.
Yeah, it does. Changes all the time.
If you could be a social media manager for anybody or anything, what would it be?
I think it'd be something fun. It would be an animal or something, you know, a cat. I like cats.
You like cats? Yeah, people are tricky here sometimes, aren't they? What's your favourite drink that you go to every day to keep you going?
I'm a green tea
You're
person.
very
Yes,
healthy.
green tea and lemon.
All those antioxidants and things in, very good for you. Now, is there one marketing phrase you cannot stick?
POV.
Oh, with you.
I don't know. I don't like it. And when someone sends me, they say, "Oh, I like this." I say, "I'm not doing it."
No.
POV.
Doesn't even sound
It's
nice, does
horrible.
it? POV. POV. It sounds
I just
awful.
don't like it.
And final question. This might be a tricky one for you. How long do you think you could do a social media detox for?
I don't know.
Be honest.
Probably a couple of hours. I could probably manage a couple of
Ooh.
hours. If I was on the beach.
Reading a good
or in a
book.
bar. Then I wouldn't worry about it. But then I would be taking photos of what I was doing. So I don't know.
You're not going to be very good at that, are you, Claire?
Last, actually. I like to think it'd be a couple of hours.
I think that's a fail.
Yeah. When I'm on a plane, you have to.
True.
You can still look.
You can still be sort of engineering what you're going to do behind the scenes.
I don't think it's going to happen.
No, I don't, Claire, either.
No.
Not knowing what you do and how you do it.
No.
Well, all I would say to you out there, if you are watching this and you are a business and your social media is a little bit and you need some help, regardless of whether you're a dentist or not, you need to get in touch with Claire. She's fantastic. She's a bundle of energy. You'll get on with her like a house on fire. I'll tell you that now. She's a joy. I could spend hours talking to her and she will help you. And it is time still to embrace social media. So get onto it. All the details are going to be listed below so that you won't have to write anything down right now. It's all there. Give it a click through and get in touch with her. And if you want to be on a podcast too, get in touch. And we will see you in the hot seat, maybe here like Claire. Anyway, Claire, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for
and
having
sharing your story with us.
Really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you.